One day, Alex was walking to a cafe near his office. He saw a coworker he knew very well. Alex smiled and said hello. But something strange happened. The coworker did not respond at all. Alex felt a little uncomfortable. He started to wonder why this felt bad, even though nothing loud or rude happened. In this video, we will understand why moments like this hurt and how different English words explain different levels of disrespect. Alex sat down at the cafe and thought about what happened. Nothing aggressive happened. No bad words were used. Still, it did not feel good. This is how many disrespectful actions begin. Very quietly, very simply. Let us start with the mildest word that describes this situation. The coworker ignored Alex. To ignore someone means you act like the person is not there. You see them, but you choose not to respond. There is no shouting. There is no argument. But the silence sends a message. Alex felt invisible for a moment. We use the word ignore when someone does not react to you at all. It is the mildest form of disrespect. The person does not attack you. They simply pretend you do not exist. That is why ignore fits this situation perfectly. Stronger words are not needed yet. Later that day, Alex went to the office. He needed help with a small task. He walked toward the same coworker. Alex started to explain his problem, but the coworker cut him off quickly. The tone felt different this time. Not silent, but careless. This time, the coworker dismissed Alex. To dismiss someone means you show that what they say is not important. You hear them, but you push them away quickly. Alex felt embarrassed. He felt like his problem did not matter at all. We use dismiss when a person listens but does not care. This is stronger than ignore. Ignoring is silence. Dismissing is rejection. The coworker showed that Alex's words were not worth time. That is why dismiss is the correct word here. Alex sat quietly at his desk. He started to feel uneasy. Being ignored felt bad. Being dismissed felt worse. The pattern was becoming clear. The respect was slowly disappearing. And Alex did not know what would happen next. The next day, something stronger happened. Alex shared an idea in a meeting. Before he could finish, the coworker reacted in a sharp way. This was no longer quiet. This was no longer subtle. The disrespect became visible to others. Now the situation was changing. This was not just ignoring or dismissing anymore. The words and actions were starting to hurt Alex's confidence. In the next scenes, we will learn words that show clear disrespect and then even stronger actions. Stay with the story. It is about to get more serious. Alex tried to stay calm. He explained his idea slowly. He thought it could help the team. But before he could finish, the coworker laughed softly. Not loudly. Just enough for others to notice. Alex felt his confidence shake. The coworker belittled Alex. To belittle someone means you make them feel small. You talk as if their idea is silly or childish. You do not scream, but your words lower the other person's value. Alex felt embarrassed in front of the team. We use belittle when someone talks down to another person. It is stronger than dismiss. Dismiss ignores importance. Belittle attacks confidence. That is why this word fits the meeting scene perfectly. After the meeting, things did not improve. The coworker spoke to Alex in a rude tone. There was no politeness, no basic courtesy. Alex felt tension every time they spoke. Now the behavior was clear to everyone. The coworker disrespected Alex. To disrespect someone means you do not show basic respect. Your tone is rude. Your behavior is careless. You show that the person does not matter to you. Alex felt hurt and frustrated. We use disrespect when bad behavior becomes open and clear. This is stronger than belittle. Belittle attacks confidence. Disrespect attacks dignity. That is why this word matches the situation now. One afternoon, the coworker crossed a line. They spoke loudly. They used sharp words. Everyone could hear. Alex felt his face grow warm. The moment was no longer just uncomfortable. It was painful. The coworker insulted Alex. To insult someone means you use words to hurt them directly. You attack the person, not the idea. Alex felt deeply hurt. This was no longer subtle disrespect. We use insult when words are openly hurtful. This is stronger than disrespect. Disrespect can be shown by tone. An insult uses words like a weapon. That is why this word fits perfectly here. Alex felt exhausted. Each step became heavier. Ignoring became dismissal. Dismissal became belittling. Belittling turned into insults. But the situation was still not at its worst. In the next scenes, we will see actions that go even further. The next day, Alex noticed something new. The coworker was talking to others. They copied Alex's voice. They copied the way he explained ideas. People around them smiled awkwardly. Alex realized this was not a mistake. It was done on purpose. The coworker began to mock Alex. To mock someone means you make fun of them. You copy them to look funny. But the goal is not humor. The goal is to hurt. Alex felt ashamed and angry at the same time. We use mock when someone uses humor in a cruel way. This is stronger than an insult. An insult hurts once. Mocking hurts again and again. That is why this word fits the situation now. Soon more people noticed. The coworker did not stop. They made jokes in front of many people. Alex felt exposed. He felt like everyone was watching him. The situation was becoming unbearable. One moment changed everything. The coworker called attention to Alex in front of the whole team. They laughed. They spoke loudly. Alex felt frozen. His dignity was attacked openly. The coworker humiliated Alex. To humiliate someone means to deeply shame them in public. It is not just about words. It is about power. Alex felt broken inside. This was the most extreme form of disrespect. We use humiliate when disrespect is public and extreme. It is stronger than mock. Mocking makes fun. Humiliation destroys dignity in front of others. That is why this is the strongest word in this group. Alex took a break outside. He breathed slowly. He understood something important. Words describe pain in different levels. And knowing the right word gives clarity. It helps us explain our experience. And it helps us speak up. Let us review the journey. Ignore is silence. Dismiss is rejection. Belittle makes someone feel small. Disrespect removes basic courtesy. Insult uses hurtful words. Mock makes fun to hurt. Humiliate destroys dignity in public. Each word shows a stronger level of disrespect. Now you understand the meaning. But learning a word is not enough. You must know how to use it correctly. In the next part, we will see daily life examples. With new people, new situations, and clear reasons why each word fits. Sentence. She waved at her neighbor, but he ignored her. We use ignore because the neighbor gave no response at all. There was no reaction. No words.
No gesture.
A stronger word is not needed because nothing active was done. Sentence. The teacher ignored Tom's raised hand. Here, ignore fits because Tom was simply not noticed. The teacher did not reject him. She just did not respond. Words like dismiss would be too strong here. Sentence. The manager dismissed Leo's idea without discussion. We use dismiss because the idea was heard but quickly rejected. The manager showed it was not important. Ignoring would be incorrect because there was a reaction. Sentence. His concerns were dismissed as unimportant. Here, dismiss fits because the concern was pushed aside. It was not silent. It was rejection. That is why ignore does not fit. Sentence. She was belittled for asking a simple question. We use belittle because the speaker made her feel small. The goal was to lower confidence, not just to reject the idea. Sentence. He felt belittled when they spoke to him like a child. Belittle is correct because the tone attacked dignity. Words like dismiss would not show this emotional damage. Sentence. The worker disrespected the customer with his rude tone. We use disrespect because basic politeness was missing. The behavior showed no courtesy. No stronger word is needed yet. Sentence. Interrupting her repeatedly was a form of disrespect. Disrespect fits because the action showed poor manners. It was not a direct attack like an insult. So far, we saw mild and clear disrespect. But language can go even further. Now we move to words that cause direct pain, and even public shame. In the next scenes, we will learn insult, mock, and humiliate. These words are strong, and they must be used carefully. Let us continue. Sentence. He insulted his coworker during the argument. We use insult because hurtful words were spoken directly. The goal was to cause pain. This is stronger than disrespect because words were used as an attack. Sentence. She felt insulted by the comment about her abilities. Insult fits because the comment attacked the person herself. Mock would not fit because there was no joking. It was direct and hurtful. Sentence. He mocked her accent in front of others. We use mock because he copied her to make fun of her. It looked like humor, but the goal was to hurt, not to entertain. Sentence. They mocked her answer instead of helping her. Mock is correct because the action repeated behavior in a cruel way. Insult would be too direct here. The pain comes from repeated joking. Sentence. The manager humiliated him in front of the whole team. We use humiliate because the shame was public. Others were watching. The goal was to break dignity, not just hurt feelings. Sentence. She was humiliated when they laughed during her presentation. Humiliate fits because the embarrassment happened in public. Mock alone is not enough. Public shame makes it extreme. Let us remember the full journey. Ignore is no response. Dismiss is quick rejection. Belittle makes someone feel small. Disrespect removes basic manners. Insult uses hurtful words. Mock makes fun again and again. Humiliate causes public shame. Each word shows a higher level of pain. Using the right word matters. A small word can describe a small action. A strong word should be used carefully. When you choose the correct word, your English becomes clear and powerful. Try to notice these words in real life, in movies, in conversations, in your own experiences. Practice using them slowly and correctly. That is how real learning happens. If this story helped you understand English better, please subscribe to Englimation. We turn confusing English words into simple stories. And tell us in the comments, what vocabulary topic should we explain next?